guys, Dolly here. Welcome back to Gypsy Rose Papery. Today we're going to do a junk journal with me. I'm going through my supplies here and showing off my pencil case and all the pens because I'm a nerd. And kind of just going through to see what I will be using. And then I'm going to go quickly through the book. And I kind of know what page I'm going to use already, but it's just fun to flip through it and kind of see your old spreads and then kind of see your other pages. But this is like a garden theme, so I want to use this page right here. One side of the coffee paper is a lot more sort of detailed than the other. So I'm going to actually cover this plain kind of blah side with some decoupaging, and you can see that I just tear everything with my fingers in the usual Gypsy Rose Papery way of no muss, no fuss sort of crafting. And here we're just going to do some basic decoupage. I'm going to take my glue stick, and I do like to put some cardstock underneath just for support. Just your basic scrap piece of cardstock. And I am going to go ape in with this glue. Look at that. And we're just gonna lay on the napkin nice and gentle to kind of avoid wrinkles, or maybe you don't care about wrinkles, so go ahead, make those wrinkles pop up. So I do sometimes put glue over the edges to kind of make sure that later on that's not going to lift on me, especially if I'm going to put stuff over that. And so here I am using some of my scraps and just trying to create a little sort of collage, nothing too crazy. I'm just trying to see what looks better over what. And so I think I decided on this here, the scrap paper over the music paper. So after we lay that down, I am going to use Fabri-Tac because I don't want, for sure, I do not want this paper to lift up, especially because it's glossy on the back, and also because it's a little bit thicker than that napkin. So for any other gluing down type things, I do like to use Fabri-Tac, especially for collages. I just feel like it leaves a nice smooth finish, and it kind of makes it look nice and flush with your page. And so here I'm pulling out my stencil because I want kind of like collage and the decoupage to meld into the page. And so it was kind of stark with just the coffee paper, and then, you know, you'd see where the design elements would start. And so this is to kind of just get them to become one, if you will. And you can also do this with stamping or spraying or something to kind of connect those two parts of the page. And so once I'm done with stenciling, I wanted to incorporate some other design elements, and I'm going through these ephemera pieces by Kaiser Craft. And my whole thought process when I'm doing a journal spread, especially when it's multiple pages, is to kind of try and tie in those pages to each other. So I have birds on that first page, and so I'm gonna just put a little bird on here to incorporate kind of that motif going throughout. And the ephemera pack also had some labels and some sayings, so I wanted to kind of put some to the side and use later. I'm going to add a little label on this book page here so that I can add a date so that I know when the spread was done. I am not doing chronological journaling in this book. I did start it that way, but as I go on, I'm kind of just going with the flow, no pressure. The whole point of doing junk journaling and doing this type of journaling is to just make it kind of go with the flow and not really think too hard about design or anything like that. So I'm just adding a watch here, and that has some significance, which I will discuss a little bit later, but just gluing stuff down at this point, nothing too crazy. And I almost totally forgot to tell you guys that this is my new nighttime filming station. And I want to thank Lori at Ivy Shutters for giving us the info on her ring light that kind of bends over your workstation and holds your camera for you. It has been a game changer. I am now not limited to just filming during the day, which usually is like zero possibility for me because I have a full-time job. So this opens up a whole new chunk of time for me to be able to record and make content for you guys. And so here I'm already starting to kind of edit the pictures and figure out where I'm going to put them down. As you saw there, I hand tore that picture because it had a lot of white space, and just gluing it down with my glue thingy. I don't know what it's called. I call it a glue thingy, but just as I'm putting these down, I am keeping in mind sort of writing space, where I'm going to write, what am I going to write, how much I'm going to write, because that's going to affect exactly how and where I position my pictures. After putting this picture down, I noticed that there's a lot of kind of white space on the side where I am. So I am pulling up my washi stickers because that is my new obsession. If you didn't know, I try to incorporate washi stickers into whatever I can because I just think they're like freaking magical and just add something so whimsical to your spread. And so I'm just kind of going through here, seeing what matches, seeing what would look good next to my blue hoodie. And I think I decided on a red flower. Yeah, I decided on a red poppy because I just think it looks really good with all that blue in there. And then the final picture I decided to put here on this book page and kind of just let it hang out over the edge. The book page is a lot narrower than the rest of the pages in the journal, so it wouldn't stick out too far, and I just like the way it looks. On the other side, I noticed there was a lot of white space as well behind there, so again, another washi sticker because why not? I used a little sort of bouquet there, and now we can kind of start thinking about writing some stuff in. So under my picture, it's really hard to see with all the stenciling, but I'm hand lettering the word woke. And the reason I'm hand lettering the word woke is because that is my word for 2019. And I don't know if you all jumped on that bandwagon and have a word yourself. I would love to hear what that word is down in the comments below. But to me, it means just being in the moment, being aware of everything, of all the possibilities, and not taking anything for granted. So it definitely, I feel, is befitting of my state of mind this year. And then on this page, I told you guys I would tell you about the little watch. So the little watch is a symbol for me. I feel like sometimes we put self-limiting beliefs on ourselves, and that keeps us from reaching our true potential. And for me, my self-limiting belief has to do with time. I always feel like I don't have enough time. I can't do this because I have all these other things to do. And that was just a reminder for me to just not place that self-limiting belief on myself. There's time to do everything, And if I want to do something, then I should just do it and not think about all the reasons why my time won't allow me to do it. So this is my finished spread. I want to thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching this junk journal with me. I have a little vlog for you at the end if you want to see what we did on this day. I hope you have a great afternoon. See you on the next one. Bye.